There is a new warning about the pandemic in Europe. The World Health Organization says European countries are once again the epicenter of the COVID-19 crisis. Trent Murray is with us on the story. He's live in Berlin. Good morning, Trent. And I'm going to start my question, I guess, with where you are, right outside in Berlin. What is the situation there in Germany?
Yeah, well, Heather, health authorities here in Germany are really sounding the alarm about this next phase of the pandemic. Over 30,000 new cases have been recorded today. Now, to give you some context, that is the highest Germany has recorded, not just this month or not just this year, but throughout the entire pandemic. The health minister here is saying that we now are in a pandemic of the unvaccinated. That's how he describes it. And he's really trying to push people to come and get their shots. Now, around 67% of the German population have received both of their doses. That's not as high as the government would like, and of course trails not just some of Germany's European neighbours, but also countries like Canada. So the real emphasis now is to try and get people to get their vaccination. Intensive care admissions are also up. So just as the weather starts to cool down here, winter arrives, there is worries about how the healthcare system will manage not just a COVID surge, but also the regular winter surge that comes this time of year.
So a new surge there, but not just there. The WHO saying all of Europe, dozens of countries are now at what it called a critical point. So, Trent, what is happening elsewhere? And I'm also wondering why and what the WHO is urging governments to do now.
Yeah, absolutely right. It doesn't really matter which corner of Europe you look in right now. There are worrying headlines. I mean, in France, we've just heard in the last couple of hours, French lawmakers have approved the use of the vaccine passport there through to July next year, clearly foreseeing that this situation is not going to die down anytime soon. In the Netherlands, mask mandates have just been brought back in. Anyone on public transport or inside will have to wear a mask. And in Romania, just east of where I am, the healthcare system is so stretched that critically ill patients are now being airlifted here to Germany to try and get help here. So it really is a critical juncture for Europe with the COVID-19 pandemic. As you say, the WHO is now sounding the alarm about that. I think we've got a clip that we can listen to.
We are at another critical point of pandemic resurgence. Europe is back at the epicenter of the pandemic, where we were 1 year ago. The difference today is that we know more and we can do more. We have more tools and means to mitigate and reduce the damage to our communities and society.
And it's against that backdrop that the health minister here has convened a special meeting today of his state counterparts, Germany's 16 state health ministers, all gathering to discuss what to do next as this phase of the pandemic really takes a worrying turn. High on the agenda is the use of those booster shots. Right now in Germany, only people aged over 70 are eligible to get a vaccine booster shot. We expect, though, that could change as many voices here are now starting to line up saying those booster shots need to be rolled out more widely and fast.
Isn't that sobering, Trent? In many ways, back to exactly where we were in Europe 1 year ago. Thank you very much. Trent Murray, a freelance reporter in Berlin this morning.